Good morning. My name is Lacy Walker, and I'm a senior graduating from Raleigh Charter High School in 19 days. But who's counting? I've lived in Raleigh my whole life, and I love it here, but I'm moving to Greensboro in the fall to attend UNCG with a major in sociology and criminal psychology. It's been a really busy year at Raleigh Charter. I sang in the women's ensemble, and I was a part of the cast in our winter production of Into the Woods. I was captain of the swim team and a new member of the track team. I've also spent several days renovating what will be the future home of Raleigh Charter. This morning, I'd like to spend time talking about the two key things that have made my experience at Pullen richer: showing up and appreciating connections. I first came to Pullen during my 6th grade year, and I didn't know anyone my age. There were a couple of guys that went to my school, but they were my brother's friends, and they were a grade ahead of me. As I started to attend the youth group Wednesday night activities, I got to know the girls my age. The more I came, the more I noticed certain attendance patterns. I noticed the sort of tradition indicating that the older you get, the less you come. Which was a bummer, because I always remember being so fond of the older girls, wishing I could be as cool as them, dress as well, the usual younger kid looking up to the older. I was always so excited when they would talk to me, because that didn't happen very often. At the time, it only upset me briefly that our youth group wasn't as close as I felt it should be. I didn't think too deeply into it because I always had a good time with the girls my age. When Baptist Youth Camp rolled around, I planned on going to that, and I noticed that most of the youth group showed up. I was going so that we could connect with each other, becoming a closer youth group, as well as sharing our experiences with other churches of similar faith. Or so I heard. Everybody went to BYC. Usually 40 kids or so. Some people that I had never seen before got on the bus with us to travel for a 6-day trip to the mountains. I recognized that although part of the reason behind their attendance was to reconnect with their Pullen friends, the main reason was to see and spend time with the friends they had made at BYC in years prior from the other churches who live in another state or city and who they'd only see this one time a year. BYC is a great experience, and it gets better each time I go. However, it's not the way it was first described to me. Not exactly. Other youth groups that went to BYC seemed to have a stronger connection with each member of their group, ties that were there before they arrived at camp and would remain after they left. That was not so much the case with us. The last couple of years at BYC, our youth group has had interesting but fun times. I've gotten to spend time with our girls in middle school as well as high school, and a couple nights we even got to combine the two girls' cabins for girl talk. Each year at camp, we seem to grow closer as a youth group, but when we come home from camp, people who aren't regulars come maybe once or twice, then it goes back to the group of younger kids. With each passing year as a member of the youth group, I noticed the trend of age and attendance, and I started to really hate it. I didn't understand why people would just stop coming to church. Why was it getting lame? Has this always happened? Is this what I'm supposed to do? It didn't make sense. As a younger youth, I didn't want to say anything about it because I hadn't been going very long, and maybe that's just the way it is. Either way, I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. I remember how it made me feel that when I was younger, my seniors didn't seem to care. And I can tell you for certain that half of them wouldn't have known my name if I had said hello to them at the mall. As an older youth, I know now that people get busy. I mean, junior year was my hardest year by far, and this year has gotten really busy with all the extracurricular stuff, college applications, summer job hunting, and whatnot. By the way, I'm still available if anyone's hiring. Despite being crazy busy, I still try to make time to come to church. Many of us in the youth group only have this 1 or 2 times a week at church to see each other that otherwise we wouldn't have because we go to different schools. I can honestly say that I know each of their names, and I love each and every one of them. I enjoy the time I get to spend with them, and so I've made it a priority as much as I've been able to come to church at least once a week, in small part so that they don't feel the way I did about their seniors. I hope they know how much I care about them and how important they are to me. While I'm going to miss my friends at school and from various outside things I do, what I'm going to miss the most is probably my church community and the friends I've made of all ages. I've gone on amazing trips to various places and doing various things, including a youth trip to Matanzas, Cuba, and a multi-generational mission trip to Hazard, Kentucky to help build and restore housing in Hazard. Those trips were made special to me because of the people, the wonderful people who took them with me, and I'm grateful to have grown so close to them. I played a small part in the renovation of Old Twin Later Hall downstairs, and I volunteer to help with whatever program events my mom or dad is involved in. And in doing so, I have had the pleasure to meet and interact with more adult members of Pullen. And I've also built strong connections with the ministers and staff of Pullen, which I value and appreciate. Norma, we're going to miss you. Mostly, I will miss the youth. I'm going to miss spending time with my peers, and I'm very, very proud of my fellow seniors, and I'm so very glad that we live in such a technologically advanced age that we will be able to keep in touch wherever we may end up. Having said that, I wish we had more FaceTime. I have shared such wonderful experiences with them, and I cherish their friendship and hope it can continue well into the future. As for the rest of the youth group, I'll miss seeing all of your faces each week during church, and I'll miss singing with those of you in choir, and hope all of you drop me a line every now and again, come visit, and keep me up to date with what's going on here. Mostly, I hope you continue to show up and appreciate the connections you are making with other members of your church family, young and old. I'm so grateful for my time here at Pullen. I love spending time here and with the people I get to see here, and next year, that's what I'll miss the most.